Today we have a unique problem here today. It's a 2012 Porsche. We get to work on these every day. Boxter S. And the story is the battery went dead from sitting and they boosted it. And right after that they're getting this problem occurring on the radio. It flashes up the logo and then it flashes up a message that says emergency update required. It also has TPMS message and a check engine light on. So we're going to attempt to scan it with the snap-on scan tool. And if that doesn't work, we'll try the Autel scan tool and see if we can communicate with this thing and see what codes are in it. Okay, so we're going to attempt to scan this thing. Porsche, see if it'll automatically ID. Let's give it a shot. Automatic ID. $248 kilometers?
No.
What is it roughly?
29,000 and change. I can give you exact if you want.
No, that's okay. It's just for the record.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we'll do a network code scan and see what comes up.
Amazing, isn't it? So it's now talking to the computers in the car?
Yep.
O2.
So that's why your check engine light is on.
Okay.
O2 sensor biased lean.
And what is that doing? Is it any issue?
So it scanned 18 controllers. We've got codes in the engine management computer for the O2 sensor biased lean on bank 2, probably a failed O2 sensor. Steering angle sensor not initialized. Now sometimes that happens after a battery disconnect, but it shouldn't. Communication with the PSM control unit, communication with the instrument cluster, and then the tire pressure codes. The customer said that there are a couple of tire pressure sensors that are defective. Control unit communication, automatic transmissions, looks like CAN bus codes, cornering light fault, voltage below limit, Porsche active safe, never heard of that. And then on the OBD2 side of things, so we're going to do a network code clear because I've got a record of this now, and see what.
So if there's still an issue, it'll pop back up.
Yeah. So it's doing a network code clear now. So it wasn't able to clear the code in the O2 for the O2 sensor and engine management, but it looks like it cleared the other codes. So we're going to do a follow-up code scan and see what comes back, if anything. Just the O2 so far. I'll pick up when I get through this scan. Okay, so the engine management code's returned, the TPMS code's returned, and this control unit communication automatic transmission drive, which I don't think has anything to do with the radio, has returned, but everything else is good. And that's in the OBD2 side. So we're going to do a little bit of research, see if we can find out why this radio, it's still flashing like it was, so that network code clear didn't fix it. Airbag, air conditioning, gateway.
Instrument?
No, that's not, that's the dash.
Yeah, dash, yeah.
Steering column control unit. Could be this one. Porsche communication management. Because that radio is obviously nav as well.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit more high-end features. Unless, let's back out and let's look for the radio by itself.
Navigation.
So I'm not certain. That's why it didn't show up, because it didn't communicate. Any module that doesn't talk for whatever reason is considered to be optional by the scan tool, and it disregards it.
Right.
But so none of the other computers are reporting a fault against the radio for lack of communication.
It's just almost like doesn't even exist.
This is like a BCM. Controls the lights, backup lights, window, fog lights, wipers. That's not what we want. Oh, I went one too far. Ooh, that's a big data list.
Yeah, voltage.
Stoplight switch, selector, lever, feedback terminal, flush. So two things we'll look at. Go on this information system that I use and see if there's anything common to cause the radio problem.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is this something that others post onto?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's a subscription service. It's not basically open to the.
Right.
So this is the Boxter 3.4.
Yep.
So radio display. Could go radio inoperative, but it'll search for any
Search for
cases.
anything with a radio.
Any cases that guys have put on there, nothing. No cases.
Seems like the radio works for everybody else.
So while we're here, we'll look at P2415. Try that. Wow, really? Was it a manufacturer specific code? Oh, that's an OBD2. See, the European imports and some of these vehicles from across the pond, they have their own proprietary fault codes.
Really?
So they don't follow this standard 5-digit format. They do, but begrudgingly because they're forced to by
the other. Yep.
by legislation.
Yeah.
See this C140, that doesn't follow the 5-digit
5-digit
format, but 1235, 1239. So this is the initial report.
So this software is this a Porsche software that you're using?
No,
This is just a
it's Snap-on.
Snap-on, okay. And how, so they must have information on every bloody serial number that's out there. Scan the serial number.
More or less, yeah.
Oh.
2415 and 2197. Jesus. They likely don't publish troubleshooting information, wiring diagrams, component locations, parts and labor, but nothing else. No service manuals available.
Go to dealer.
I'm actually surprised they don't have any service manuals.
That's the one we were just looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is there. And normally you'd be able to go OEM wiring diagrams, there's color wiring diagrams and all data wiring diagrams, but that's it. No no service.
All right, I
manual.
guess. So you figure it's safe for me to drive it to Winnipeg, though?
Yeah.
I can make an appointment with the dealer there, and hopefully they can do something with it, or.
The other thing that they do is when it comes to fault diagnosis is they build their troubleshooting right into their scan tool.
Oh yes, okay.
So when you pull up a fault code like that, you just simply click that and it takes you to the troubleshooting chart. It'll give you,
Right.
you know, supposedly what causes and fixes it.
But that's the dealer software.
Yes.
They don't hand that out easily.
Of which we don't have.
Display not working. Failure fault. I wonder if it could be a fuse. Could that be a fuse?
I don't know. Well, here's a reboot fix. You'd be surprised what you find on YouTube.
Oh.
Press and hold the info button for as long as it takes until it
And what was he saying?
press and
Like
hold the
compress-
info button. Have your car on and press and hold the info button for as long as it takes until it resets.
The info button.
As soon as it resets, you're going to press the car button right below the info button.
Bob is a ghost.
Then you're going to go to Options, Set PCM System, Reset PCM System, Vehicle Handover, Yes, and
Yeah, that's all provided the display works.
Yeah.
Cars of North America has recently let us know that XM Radio performed an update that may or may not affect your Porsche. If it does, you'll see that the center screen will reboot about every 3 minutes. Not to worry, it's something we can easily remedy. What you do is you'll go to the screen here, press the info button, and you press and hold that for 10 to 12 seconds. We'll release that. We're going to let it go for the Porsche crest. And that'll show the silhouette of your Porsche. Then we're going to press Car, Options, Set PCM System.
Let's check to see if there's any appropriate fuses for the radio. That I would expect it not to work without.
Yeah, but that doesn't. You shouldn't have a software update flash for a battery or a fuse.
You would think no.
No, I think. But Stranger Things, those Germans over-engineer the shit out of everything. So.
Yeah. So it says it's got wiring diagrams here, so let's have a look. Maybe called entertainment, bumper, radio, no radio, HVAC, lighting. Ooh, it's raining up.
Yeah, that's what that noise is.
Entertainment audio with
Yep.
Bose sound system,
Yep.
amplifier, Bose center speaker, tweaker, dashboard. So this is the amplifier itself.
Yeah, that's not going to help us, I don't think. That's the internal on the actual rating itself.
Well, no, the amp is a separate part.
Oh, is it? Separate
Yeah.
amp?
Yeah, like it likely is. That's diagram 1. That doesn't show any subwoofer, Bose subwoofer. Man, these diagrams are huge. No fuses. Diagram 1. Why would they have diagram 3 and then 2 and then 1 backwards? Bose audio option pack. Wow.
Maybe there's no.
Okay, let's try something else. That's OE diagrams. Color diagrams are redrawn by another company based on the OE diagrams, but they're in a more customized format, or a more recognizable format. And let's put it navigation with Bose. There's got to be fuses protecting the radio in the system.
Yeah.
Usually they're on the first diagram. There they are there. Fuse holder D. Now where's that?
There is a main fuse box right at the foot of the driver's side.
Normally it says on here, near driver's door, near passenger door, under the boot, under the bonnet. Fuse 10 and fuse 9, 15 and 10 amp fuse. Well, we can check those. So they feed Porsche communication management
Yeah, that's
in the
that,
center console.
That's that whole center console thing. That's what that PCM and that's, I keep getting a flash up there that it's not communicating to the PCM. So could be a fuse, eh?
Well, for what it's going to take, we're going to check them. So I found lots of information on Google and also on YouTube with regards to how to reset this radio by holding the info button, but in all of those situations the display wasn't cycling on and off like it is here. But even if I do hold this info button for 10-15 seconds, it just keeps on recycling. Now I did check the fuses in the fuse panel and all the fuses that feed power to the PCM, which is what Porsche refers to their radio control. Nothing seems to work, so unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to get any further with this. I tried scanning it with a Autel scanner, got exactly the same 18 controllers. Now when I try to communicate with the nav system on both the Autel and Snap-on scanners, it says no communication, but I'm not sure that that's a problem. So I guess he's going to take it to the dealer or call the dealer in Winnipeg and see if they have any suggestions. So we're going to call this one a wrap, even though it's not fixed, and it probably needs an oxygen sensor to deal with the check engine light problem. So PCM in Porsche language stands for a Porsche communication management, I believe. And I found this Porsche communication management rebooting issue on Google. And now I'm connected to some help desk. Grand Avenue, Inglewood, New Jersey. And I just typed in, I just had a customer here with a 2012 Boxter when his radio display flashes the Porsche logo and then a brief message about an update and then repeats. The reboot procedure does not work. So apparently I'm talking with Jennifer, but it says Tammy, and waiting for her to respond if they have any suggestions. And they haven't responded yet. So let's see what happens. So they did get back to me and say I would be happy to help you with checking into solutions. However, for best assistance, here is the phone number for our service department. A representative will be able to answer all of your questions to your satisfaction in a timely manner. So I said my customer is going to call the dealer in Winnipeg in Canada, and I will post a follow-up in the comments when this gets resolved, so that everybody who might be watching this video might have some closure in case they run across the same problem. Now, there is a bulletin on it about rebooting due to a XM satellite radio update, but this problem apparently happened after the battery was disconnected first, or the battery went dead and the vehicle was boosted. So right after boosting the vehicle, the problem occurred. Nothing to do with the O2 sensor issue, but he's going to probably get that resolved while he's at the dealership as well. Thanks for watching.